Hey, Zay, what you cooking, bruh?
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Ins and Out with DT podcast. It is your favorite crew live on a Wednesday afternoon. And yes, it has been a free agency frenzy so far for the Washington Commanders. The last hour before the free agency at open at 4 o'clock, Adam Beavers made some moves. Hey, look, we are here today. We got so much to talk about the last couple of days. We got to talk about the fan base. Some moves have been made, man. So can't wait to actually get to talk about some of the stuff we have done so far. Also get to talk about our fan base a little bit and talk about some of the decisions they made. Made a little slideshow to talk about some of the players that we have into agreement too. So before we even get started, just talk about how your day has been and what you have seen so far the past couple days.
I mean, I'm good, man. We can just get right on to it. First day, fans was tweaking.
Like always.
They was tweaking. Second day, they were still tweaking. Calling AP cheap. He don't close deals. I mean, he offered Linderbaum, like every marquee free agent, he offered a lot of money to. He offered a lot of money to him. He offered Alec Pierce 30 plus mil. He said, I'm gonna get a receiver. He was aggressive. He wanted to stay in Indy. You offered Tyler Linderbaum 20 plus mil. Probably 23, around 25. And the Raiders said, nah. We gonna get him. And they gonna give him 27 mil. 60 mil guaranteed. Like his contract details is crazy if you read it. That's a lot for a center. He may be a top 15 or 20 highest paid player in the NFL. He may be. He's getting paid than most receivers and most like elite tight ends in the NFL, which is nuts. He's getting paid than most left tackles in the NFL, which is nuts. They said they was in the running for Trey Hendrickson too. That if the Ravens didn't renege on the Max Crosby deal, that it was between us and the Colts. So we was in on them too. So we got Odafe Owe, got him. You get Glavion Chason. You get younger. You got more juice on the edge. Both of them had 52 pressures on their respective teams last year, while Deron Payne had the most. He had 28. You added Amik Robertson, who I think is a feisty blue collar corner, a guy that can get scrappy, a guy that's he's not afraid to get in your face, play certain coverages. You get a Nick Cross, who's a box safety probably. He can tackle. He definitely can tackle. And then you get and he's 24, by the way.
Yeah, he's 24.
He's 24. So then you get Chig. I know that's who you wanted, DT. I know that's who you wanted.
Hey, I'll get to my point, but go ahead.
You get a Chig. He's young. He's 26. You give him a 3-year deal like that. I think he's like getting $10 million a year.
I actually didn't see the contract details.
I think it's not even over 12 mil. So you get him. They gave Isaiah Likely 13 mil. The Giants gave Isaiah Likely 13 mil. Keep in mind, Isaiah Likely is not really a blocker anyway. He's more of a route runner type of guy. I know that's who all the fans wanted. And Likely wanted to come here. Jaden wanted him here. But
Yeah.
Adam Peterson, I'm not that impressed. I can get Chig, who's forced the most missed top, he's like top five in.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Da-da-da. 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 Former Chiefs defensive end Charles Omenihu has reached an agreement today with the Washington Commanders. We just got breaking news on the pod. They
We
get
just got breaking news on the
yes,
podcast. That shit
sir. Yes,
crazy.
sir. Oh
That
my.
shit crazy.
Oh wait a minute. I remember him. I
We
remember this
got
guy.
Charles Omenihu. That's
Did,
okay.
did he get hurt one year?
I don't know, DT. I don't know. I don't know.
Might have to ask Yuji. Might have to ask Yuji. But I remember him though. Hey, they loading up. Hey, hey, shout
Wait,
out.
hold on. Wait, hold on, DT. Hold on. I know we live. I know we live, but hold on. Yo, smoke. Yo, smoke. Say it. Yo, DT. Say it again. Say it again, DT.
Da 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 da. Breaking news: the Washington Commanders have just signed Charles Noenu, defensive end from Kansas City.
You said we loaded up, DT. You said we loaded up. Yeah, we live, smoke. We
We
live. We
live, bro.
live. We live, smoke. But but yeah, I think dang, I just lost my train of thought.
Yo, what's crazy was I looked at the tweet and I was like, let me just check and see who it was. I thought he was going to like the Jets, maybe like Cowboys or something. Now he's coming to us. So okay, now I'm mad because I just made this presentation. Now later on, we'll have to add this guy to it.
It's
So
cool. So okay, fuck. Okay, I left off
wow,
on I left off on Chig. So Chig,
yeah,
so Chig, I mean he's young too. He gets yak. He's top five, I think, amongst tight ends in forced missed tackles. So he's the type of guy like he can't block a parked car either. But I don't need him for that. I just need you to run routes, get open, catch the ball, create yak. That's what I need you to do on this offense. Um, I wouldn't say he's a route runner, but I think David Ball can do something with him. You see some of his film; he can run deep routes, short, medium. He can be that safety net for Jaden too. Then you get Leo Chanel. I love the Leo Chanel pickup, DT. I love that. He's young too, 25 years old. He can tackle. He's one of the best. I was looking at a clip. I'm gonna send it to you. He's tied second amongst all linebackers in the NFL when it comes to his weight. So he's 250 something pounds. He can bench press 30. He bench press 34 pounds. He's in the 99th percentile in that. So he's strong. When you look at his tape, he stacks. He can shed. There's certain times where the Chiefs run a 3-4 front, and then when they put him in when they shift their line, Leo comes down to face the guard. And he's taking on guards and he's block shedding. Now, he has the athleticism to be in the zone coverage. I'm not going to say his strength is coverage. He can be in coverage, but that's not his strength. But he's not he's not that good in man, but he's serviceable when it comes to zone. When you look at the playoff games that he had, he was highly impactful against the Ravens, against the Bills. They used him for as a spy. So when you look at our divisional opponents, because I've said multiple times, you draft to counter your divisional opponents. You got Jackson Dart, you got Jalen Hurts, mobile QBs.
yeah.
You need a guy like Leo Chanel to be that spy in case Jalen Hurts gets out, and you got that guy for Jackson Dart too. And he has one of the lowest missed tackle rates in the NFL in Leo Chanel. So these guys got younger. They got faster among the front seven. They're more athletic and they're faster. And then you got Tim Settle. Forgot about that. And I like the Tim Settle pick. You get a true nose tackle. He played well with the Houston Texans. He was able to have some pass rush moves to him. He's 29 though, which is crazy. I
I
think he was 29. He's 29. So you get all of that. You address some of the premium positions that you need. There's some spots left. I don't think you really need a linebacker in this draft, especially not that high. If you're going to take one, I would take one probably in probably the late rounds, a developmental guy that you can take. So you got a Leo Chanel, you got a Jordan McGee, and you got a Kane Madrano. That's a lot of athleticism. It's a lot of speed. A lot of athleticism and a lot of speed. Then you got Frankie Luvu coming off the edge. And Leo Chanel can blitz too a little bit. And then you got Clevion Chason. He's a guy that you can use off the edge too. Then you got Adafe Owe that you can use off the edge too as well. So they're creating some they're fixing some of these issues that we've had the last season. Now, depending on what opens up in the draft, where do you go at 7? Is it Caleb Downs still there? Caleb Downs and then Nick Cross would go nutty, bro. You could also take a Jeremiah Love if you want. I know some people still.
Hey, you. Oh, I was reading some stuff. You over here?
My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say something.
Okay. To get my points across. So far, I love what we have done. I look. I understand people were getting angry, like us being second place majority of the time, but at the same time, like people have to understand, we're not the only team in the NFL that got money. And yes, it does get annoying when you're hearing that, oh, we were second place here, or they were about to come to us, or but there was a certain reason and stuff. But eventually stuff like that is going to happen. Like this is not just a easy thing to do for somebody. This is not only a financial decision, but this is a decision that has so many layers to it. This is people who are trying to provide money for their families, or they feel very comfortable in where they are at, where they feel like they can either win a championship, or they just feel like this is home for them, for their families. Kids probably were born there. This is all they know, or just comfortability. So I think I'm not really as pressed about as many people were talking about, oh, why we keep coming second place, stuff like that. Oh, these wide receivers and stuff don't want to play for Jalen. We've been lied to. I don't think that's necessarily true. I just think it's just I think it's just the NFL. That's just how business go. And AP has been aggressive, honestly, the past 2 years. And some of it he just wasn't able to pull all the way through. But we see for the ones he is able to pull through, he has made tremendous strides this year. Basically, it all starts with the Laramie Tunsil thing. I didn't put him on a slideshow because I was just trying to get all the external guys up here. But learning from your mistake last year and not getting the Terry deal done ASAP so we don't have these difficult situations, which kind of spiral into the season, they took a care one of our elite guys, and they paid him the money that he was deserved. He paid him as a elite guy because he plays as an elite guy, elite talent, 3 to 5 elite offensive tackle in the National Football League. Then let's go ahead and just get some of the moves we made. You get Adafe Owe from the Chargers, who also got traded from the Baltimore Ravens, an edge rusher who's looking up and coming up. Then you get a Chason, who has been growing the past couple of years. He just had a career high year coming from the New England Patriots that were just in the Super Bowl. He's getting another opportunity. You see clearly they're trying to address the trenches once again like they did last year. Like, yes, they did have Javon Kinlaw, but I think with a different scheme, we'll probably be able to elevate them just a little bit more. Then bring back a Redskin legend, I would say, because he was drafted as Redskin. Tim Settle coming back to play with us. I think that's very nostalgic. And, when his time was here, he was a solid player. Meek Robinson, the corner. Now, of course, that's going to leave some questions about where we're at outside. I still think we're not done adding corners. Where it's outside guy. I think they might probably take that Jonathan Jones, but the question is going to be about Mikey Sanders still. Is Mikey going to be playing exclusively outside, or they're still going to try to find another guy, or he's going to be exclusive? Could be trade things going on. We'll get to that in another podcast. But Just another guy, Leo Chanel, the guy you just mentioned. I think that was probably one of the signings right there. That was like, wow, I can't believe we got him. Nick Cross is one of the guys. I'm like, wow, I can't believe we got him. A lot of people were talking about him just being a box safety, but clearly, Durante Jones and them, they see him, he could be a little bit more. And with our run defense, which has been absolutely putrid, with Quan Martin being your last guy in defense, he clearly has been very inconsistent. So you get a guy that can clean up some of the duties. So there are some questions still a little bit with safety. Where to be put. But honestly, you already know where I was at. I have been screaming Okonkwo. Listen, people, I know it ain't but 6 people up here, but I've been telling y'all, Big Okonkwo was a Adam Peters style of signing. I know I like Isaiah Likely too, but I just felt like with Chig Okonkwo, that was going to be more realistic and it made more sense for him to come over here because one, local ties, and he was already a starter with the Tennessee Titans. He just didn't have the quarterback. Now you come over here in a new offense with a team that really doesn't, have some questions with the tight end spot. They're going to give Senna a shot, but Tig is going to get some opportunities that he did not get in Tennessee because he has David Daniels as his quarterback. The same way how Zach Ertz was being fed, just imagine that with Yak. Oh my goodness, yo. That is going to be absolutely crazy. Now, I like what we've done so far. It is absolutely splendid. We still have a couple spots we need to fix up. But I like what we've done, man. And we're going to go through this slide. We're going to go to these guys individually one by one.
Hey DT, did you go live on X or no?
So apparently there's something going on with X. That's why we're not getting the reception we is right now. Yeah, it says an error on my end.
Okay.
So interesting. We have a little bit. We can talk about the new signing we just signed. So there's a couple of tweets I see so far. So Charles, he's 29 years. He'll turn 29 years old week 1 of this year. He's 6'5", 280 pounds. So he's kind of like Dietrich Wise. A little bit bulkier in. Now, if you remember Dietrich Wise from his time from New England, he was very multiple fronts too, because he could play stand-up pass rusher and he could play his hand in the dirt and sometimes at a 3-tech-1 technique. Says he was sick. He's 6'5", 280 pounds, 11 and a half sacks the last 3 years in Kansas City as a rotational player. PFF ranked him 14th ranked highest run defender among edge rushers. So here's the funny thing about this too, Caleb. I know a lot of people are talking about the defensive line overall. There's a lot of additions on the defensive line, and this is already a deep defensive line class. But somebody, I'm not going to mention this content creator name, but he just asked, are they going to trade Deron Payne?
They should have.
So let's look at it like this. So you have Von Kinlaw, you have Tim Settle, who could play the nose tackle. You got Johnny Newton. You got Deron Payne. You have Shy Shuttle. And really, that's your 4 guys. Now, when it comes to Dietrich Wise and now Charles, they can play some type of defensive tackle in the 3-4 / multiple fronts. But it's more of a different style when it comes to that. So I think this is going to be interesting how this defensive line is going to look and how they go approach the draft now. Because the whole time we've been screaming is like, yo, they're going to draft a guy. Everybody's talking about it now, Caleb.
Oh, Deron?
Yeah. This is about to be interesting.
Yeah, some people.
I just
DT, call me crazy. Brian Thomas Jr.
I'm not gonna call you crazy because
I give up a future second for him. By the way,
yeah, I'll give him 2020 second. 2020.
I'll give them a future second for Brian Thomas Jr. right now. I'm sending it to the league office. I'm sending it, and they can have it. And you can take Duran too. I could free up money. I could free up more money. That way, when Brian Thomas Jr. goes stupid, I can resign him. But you also not even that. I'm resigning Jaden too. And then listen, DT, if they do that, 7 at 7, I could stay pat. Or I could trade down. I could trade down too. I could trade down and take a corner. Could trade down, take a Manchester Lane or Dermot McCoy. Now I got an outside corner. And then in the second round, I could probably get an edge rusher too. I could probably get a Zion Young or Romello Height. Who's the guy from Penn State?
Oh, we got some comments coming in. My bad, Caleb.
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
What's up, fellas? Let's talk about the deal earlier. Tunnel Boy. How do I donate to the chat? I don't have a donation thing set up yet. Cowboys. If the Cowboys, Osa did get traded today to the 49ers for a third round pick. So I honestly Payne can be traded the same way, and Payne actually has been more productive.
But here's the thing, Radar, and answer this. Osa. I don't know because I put this in the chat. I don't know if he answered. Is Osa better than Deron Payne? And he's already paid too. You got to factor.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they're kind of the same player.
They both do two different things. One is a better pure pass rusher. I think one is he's a better run stopper.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can agree to that. But what Payne has a little bit more is more production. Now, it could be because of, different times they came in the league, but Payne at least had that one honorary year of 10 plus sacks. And he at least had actually 2 years of 5 plus sacks. I don't think Osa has even reached that. Johnny Newton had 5 sacks in his second year. He had more sacks in a season than Osa Igizua. Mind you, we've been screaming for Johnny Newton to get reps. Now, of course, he played Dallas and he was eating them alive, which, I want to see more of that. But what do y'all think, guys? Who y'all think is the better player? Is it Osa Igizua or is it Deron Payne? But you're taking on $28 million that you don't have to take. You could trade a player. And here's the funny thing too, Caleb. The Jaguars actually need a defensive tackle. They need interior players. That's the funniest thing about this. From what I've seen and heard, they need interior rush. Excuse me.
I'll take him, bro. I'll take a Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, production, Deron is better all around T tackle. I agree with that.
I'd do it. I'd give him Deron in a future second for Brian Thomas Jr. I picked this year, but a second next year, hell yeah, for Brian Thomas Jr. He got what? He gonna have technically 3 years on this deal.
Yeah, you get the fifth year. And that's some. I think I told Smoke that in comments when they were doing the Riddle Radio.
Yeah. So hell yeah.
Now, here I have a question for you, right? So Brian Thomas Jr., right? Where would you rank him in this NFL draft class with a Carnell Tate, Makai Lemon, Jordan Tyson, in the room? I'll say because who's considered wide receiver four?
I mean, it's a toss up. You got Casey Concepcion.
Oh yeah, because
You got Denzel Boston.
I'll probably say Concepcion by an inch.
He's better than Concepcion.
Yes,
I I take him over Carnell Tate, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't have no problem with that.
And I
What's crazy though? What's
and
crazy
and,
though?
and I may take him over Makai. I'm gonna take him over Makai Lemon. If Jordan Tyson is healthy, it's tough. Cause when you watch Jordan Tyson play, he's he can get yak, he can run routes. You can put him in a slot, you can put him outside. So it's. But I probably go Brian Thomas just because of the health. You know what I'm saying? But Jordan Tyson fully healthy, he has a case to be better than him as a prospect. Coming out, he has a case. So like I said, they traded future second for him. Yeah, I'm doing that. It's not even a question. Yes,
I,
I'm
I
doing that.
I have no argument with that, bro. And I think the other thing about it is because the one thing that we're starting to realize is with the moves they're making, they are addressing almost every single question mark that we had. The biggest one has always edge rushers. So far, they have re-signed Dietrich Wise, and they have brought in three newcomers. Oh, Dietrich Wise and Drake Jackson. Oh, okay. So they basically brought in multiple pass rushers. So right now, edge rusher at 7, we can all say it's it's solved. Now that doesn't mean if it's day 3 they wouldn't take another edge rusher. I don't I wouldn't go that far. But then we get to safety. Now safety still needs to be addressed because the biggest question I have right now is and it's not even Quan Martin. What do you do with Will Harris? Because Will Harris is a guy that has some multiplicity. However, he was banged up last year. And we didn't see really much of him to really be like, oh, he's really a guy that we needed. Now, though Dan Quinn and the staff were always screaming like we really needed him, we still, from a football perspective, did not really see much of Will Harris. But Nick Cross comes in automatically as the starting strong safety in this defense? Are we going to run some 3 safety sets? Will it be Quan Martin? Will it be Will Harris and Nick Cross? Those are the questions I have. But you do have one safety spot solidified, and the other 2 is probably in question mark. Then corner still needs to be addressed, but at least they added a guy that has experience and play inside and out. Defensive tackle, I think we're good. You got your nose tackle actually, so that's the biggest thing nobody really talk about. You got somebody that can play the nose in the 3 down lineman sets. So really, the biggest question marks that you have right now, Caleb,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm talking about definite guy at that position would be running back, wide receiver, corner, and I'm gonna put safety in. Do you agree with that or no?
Say those options again, brother.
Running back,
Uh huh.
wide receiver,
Uh huh.
corner,
Uh huh.
safety. Yeah.
Where am I going?
No, I'm saying those are the spots that
Oh yeah,
still
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah,
questions.
yeah, 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 yeah. And you can get those in the draft.
You can get those in the draft, and you can get them at 7.
7, you opened up a lot of options for you at 7. By the way,
Absolutely.
you don't necessarily have to take a Ruben Bain. You really don't have to, but you can. My defensive front is outrageous. Um, you could take, like I said, you could take a Caleb Downs, have him move over. You can have him and Nick Cross move all over around the field, right? You can have a Caleb Downs at free. You can put Nick Cross in the box, vice versa. You could rotate them, blitz them if you want to. You necessarily don't need a linebacker because you have 3 guys, 2 guys that Devontae's high on and Cameron Brown, Jordan McGee. You still got Frankie Louvu, but he's mostly going to be on the outside. And we already talked about Calavion Tayshaun too. And you got Leo Chanel. And like I said, if you're going to take a linebacker, to me, I'm taking him in what, 5th round? That developmental piece. I don't need to spend a top 50 pick on one, or first, second, or third rounder, unless there's a guy that should not be there. I can see AP taking him. Like a guy you could probably take a swing on is a Harold Perkins. But I don't need a Sonny Styles. I don't need a Rodriguez. Probably don't need an Anthony Hill. But I can use a Tor. I can use what's that guy from? I could use a Kyle Lewis, or I could use the kid from USC. I could use him.
Hold on, whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on, Gentry.
Um, yeah, the linebacker with the long arms.
I don't
You
know.
don't like him? No.
I like
Okay.
him for college, but
Okay, we'll move it on. But like I said, like you're opening up a
yeah,
lot
the
of
one
options.
thing is the one you. I'm sorry to interrupt, but the one
No, you're
thing
good. You're good.
is Perkins. Like he is very intriguing,
Yeah.
and he screams multiplicity. Um, like yeah. So that's all I say. But I think when it comes to the draft, unless it was a guy that is clearly, like you said, the best player on the board, and you not expect him to be there, the value you cannot pass up on the value, regardless if you have superstar or not. Like even like yes, we say we put our edge rushers, but we also know that for a couple how long you do. So if somehow magically they somewhere at 7, which I don't expect to be at 7 now. But he's there, like you run the car, and you just gonna have to make it work. You feel me? Like you gonna have a pass rush galore. Like oh my goodness, or Arvell Reese. Like you can have Arvell being off ball first 2 downs, then he put his be a stand up edge rusher. You do anything you want. I think that's the way we're gonna have to see about this. But clearly, right now, though, we can say right now with how free agency is looking, AP has been ticked off about how the defense has looked the past year for 5, and he at least wants to get that unit. Uh,
Back on track for sure. Like and he said they want to be younger, faster, all of that. But these are these additions. I'm telling you, it frees up a lot of flexibility at 7, bro. Frees up a lot. You don't need a tight end. You can still use a receiver. And with that news of Ayuk, but the Niners just being weird, bro. Like they just being weird. They
yeah,
don't want.
weird.
They just being weird. Like just release him, bro. Like it's okay. Like he's coming here. Like
Now, here's the funny thing about this, because now why would you trade him? And more likely, there's a chance he might become a headache over there just to get what he wants. The NFL insiders, everybody know where he wants to go. It is literally the worst kept secret in the NFL for almost 2 years since Jaden has been in the league. He wants to play with Jaden, and that's what he wants to do. So let the guy get his opportunity. He literally threw away millions for his best friend. That's absolutely wild. You know, this is something from a movie, but that's absolutely wild. You threw away millions for your best friend. It's crazy, but hey, that's what he wanted to do. So I'll let that guy play with us. And the likelihood of us seeing him, I don't see us signing him now because not now when he gets released, but it probably won't be until like next month before the draft.
And I will say this too, because I think Khan mentioned it. Just because we get IU doesn't mean we're still not going to address receiver.
I agree with that as well.
They were still going to address it regardless. And I said this in the space. I don't know if you heard me. If they got an Ayuk, I'm taking Mikal Lemon. I'm not gonna lie to you. A Mikal Lemon would be really intriguing. Just imagine the possibilities with Terry, Ayuk, Chig, and Mikal Lemon, bro.
So that has been one of my takes as well. But I'm actually going to go another route as well. And I understand the injury concerns with Tyson, but I just feel like knowing that Terry is more than likely going to be having his last season with us, and I say this like when I heard this take today, which was absolutely insane, and I almost got what he was trying to say, but it was just the wrong comp. He said Carnell Tate was Harris Campbell. That John was absolutely disgusting.
You talking about Duran?
I mean, like, here's the thing.
Bro, when I heard that,
you could have said Devin Smith. What? You could have said Johnny Dixon.
Nah, that's nasty. That's
you
nasty.
You said a player, and their styles are completely different.
That's nasty, bro. When I heard that, oh, by the way, DT, he doesn't want Caleb Downs. You know what he said? And I saw that tweet too.
There's a lot of people that don't want Caleb Downs.
Bro, he said he's not flashy enough. Hey, bro, he said he not flashy enough. And people, the biggest thing about people think about Caleb Downs is his ball production, the interceptions, the turnovers. Bro, watch the film, bro.
You get a lot of turnovers in college,
bro.
Doesn't mean it's going to translate in NFL.
Emmanuel Forbes. Look at that.
No, I was actually going to go further. What's the kid we got from NC State? Who? David Emerson.
Oh, yeah.
Dude had 11 interceptions and won the Jim Thorpe Award, and everybody thought he was going to be like that in the NFL. No, he was garbage.
Bro, Caleb Downs is his superpower is his IQ. Not the most physically gifted player.
Matt Elam?
What?
Matt Elam?
Duran said that?
Yeah, bro. Niggas like that going to the box, bro. I'm sorry for trying to have word, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You gotta go in the toy box, bro. Oh my god. Hey, bro, I'll be right back, bro.
He comped into Matt Elam. Yo. But yeah, chat. Like I said before, everything is available to us at 7. Low key.
It's no way it's going to
Yeah, that's insane that he said that.
Matt Elam, Paris Campbell, bro. Let me
Yeah.
guess. Mike Washington is Brian Robinson.
Who said that?
No, I'm just saying, like that's going to be the next comp here. I already heard people say he runs like Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson didn't run like a 4.3. Calm down. Okay, let's get back on track. This is disgusting. But to finish my, I'm the type of person I would take the risk of Jordan Tyson because I feel like Jordan Tyson can be an elite. He can be a top 5 receiver, a guy that you always have conversations about. That's how I feel about Jordan Tyson. I understand the injuries, but if and now AP and them, they might have a stigma. They might have something on their wall be like durability is something that they really invest in. You know, that's Cardell Tate and that Kyler. Those guys are more durable. But
Yeah.
just the high upside, dog. Like it's there. I just hate that you can't stay healthy. And then it's hard to find a comp of somebody who didn't stay healthy in college but stayed healthy in the NFL. Like to me, that's something it's going to take you a while to. It's going to take you a while.
I wouldn't even trade back. I wouldn't even trade back for him, no radar. If I'm gonna trade back, I may take a corner. I may trade back and take a corner. That's what I would do, in all honesty. If I trade back, I'd take a corner or I'd take Mikal Lemon. I'd take a German McCoy, Mansfield Lane, or Mikal Lemon. That's what I would take.
So, are you thinking like top 15 range?
Yeah, I would. If
I don't want to trade so far back. I know y'all were talking about the Minnesota trade and stuff, but
that's a great trade, by the way.
It's a great trade, but that's very far, bro. And stuff can happen in the draft. Some people might even jump ahead of us. It could be like a corner or stuff like that. Like, I just like if I get in the top 15 range and get me maybe an extra third or second, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I think what everybody's biting their teeth on is we don't have a second in this class that has wide receivers, corners, even some defensive tackles, stuff like some guys you can pick early.
You could probably trade. I'm not trading below the Cowboys. I'll probably trade to 11 if I can. Take a corner. Then I can take a safety, or I could take a receiver, another receiver. I ain't gonna lie, DT. I could get a little nasty and pick another edge. Whew.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about like day 1 or 2?
Day 2. I'm talking about the second round. Like if I trade back, I would want a second round pick if I can get one, even if I get a third. But if I'm trading back, I specifically want a corner. I could get a safety because the safety class is deep. Whew. Um, what else could I get? Like I said, you can get a receiver. You can get another edge. You can load up on defense because the receiver class next year, DT is supposed to be really, really good. But I can get a receiver in this class too. They're going to get a receiver in the class. It could be Cornell Tate at 7, or it could be in a trade back, and you get another type of player and get a receiver in the second round because you got a Omar Cooper, you got a Elijah Surratt, and another guy. I don't know if you looked at him, DT, but Skylar Bell. I don't know how you feel about him, but
I love Skylar Bell.
yeah, you could get a Skylar Bell too.
I have Skylar Bell and Mekhi Leonard as my Amon-Ra St. Brown in this new offense.
But you could trade back and take a Mekhi Lemon, bro.
Yeah, we can. I just need a receiver in this class.
And then next year you could take another one.
I think you need to take receiver, corner, running backs every year.
But imagine getting Cam Coleman won't be there. But imagine we can get another outside receiver next year, and I got Mekhi Lemon, and I still got Chig. Plus free agents, because I'm gonna have money.
Love McCoy. Yeah, I do love McCoy as well. I think we're about to do corners this week, actually.
Mm.
But there's also I also like this is how I feel about with this defense. I don't know how you feel about it.
Now, with them Zelix, I'm back.
Ooh, sorry, excuse me, I've been a little bit under the weather. But I feel as though
And for some,
with Jones,
swollen joints.
I feel the way he can teach it, he can teach the defensive backs to put them in the best position to make plays because he's going to have so many simulated pressures. So I honestly don't feel like it'll be absolutely lovely and nice to have a top tier corner, but I feel like even a day 2 or day 3 corner can come in and do exceptional with the defensive teachings.
Jacario Davis.
Mario Davis, Ephesian Price Scott,
Um,
from Ohio State, Jalen Everett from Georgia.
yeah, there's
Like
options.
it's plenty of corners that I like. And I feel like that can fit what we want to do.
Mm. Mm.
Man.
To us, hey man, the draft need to get here. I think whatever player they get at 7 will be impactful. So how do you feel about us getting Jeremiah Love at 7 if he's there? How you feeling about that? Good with it with what we did in free agency, and we're probably still not done. By the way,
Yeah, we're not done, but I mean, I think it definitely it entices me more about it. I mean, um, apparently, Telly didn't watch the last podcast. He didn't realize that I kind of changed my tune on it. Like, this is probably the one draft where I'm like, okay, I'm cool with taking a running back at 7. But the only question I have is like, the wide receivers. Wide receiver is a premium position. It also depends on who they like. I mean, we've been hearing Cornell Tate, but when we see, Mekhi Lemon, him playing the slot, like I'll say this, bro. I'll say this. I think all 3 wide receivers would be a great fit. But however, does your wide receiver necessarily have to be a number 1 on the outside?
not necessarily. No,
But do you prefer that?
I would prefer it, but I would prefer it. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, Amon Ra was what the Lions' number 1 his year 2, and he played a lot in the slot. They just couldn't stop him.
So
They kept,
that's where this is where I'm like where my tune is like it changes. And I always love Makai Lemon. I even said I was like, yo, Makai Lemon would be an absolute dog if Jaden was his quarterback. And I see his release. I see how physical he is, yards after catch. Like, that's something that we need. That's something that Jaden needs. Like, and listen to when I say this, comp. The way how Makai Lemon was being used all around the place to an extent, it reminds me of how they were using Malik Neighbors when he was at LSU.
By the way, Chig is making $9 million a year.
$9 million a year? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Magneto's here. Presumably he's subjective. And you take
But like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't got no pushback, bro. McCall Lemon's a playmaker. He's a playmaker. He's gonna get you yak. Not the biggest guy. Him and Amon Ra is really the same height. I think Amon Ra is a little bit heavier. Um, Makai's hand size is smaller. Their arm length is around the same. We gotta wait for his pro day. McCollum is not the fastest guy, but I think he's a good. Like I said, he's a playmaker. Put the ball in his hands, let him work. You can use him short, intermediate, probably some deep routes, but mainly short to intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
Could use him on those. Man, I would love a McCollum on this team.
So you would trade back from 7 and get.
Yeah. Now, question is, would the Chiefs take a McCollum in?
So Chiefs have is Rice in jail? That's kind of nasty to say on live.
I don't think he is. But I don't think they take him now.
They need trenches though, bro.
Because they got an Xavier Worthy.
They need trenches, bro. I don't think nobody really is like now. They need dudes up front.
TJ Parker.
Gotta protect them too. Like, Radar say he'll take it at 7. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, if he's your number 1 receiver, I'll take him. Oh my god, I could see Makai like, bro, Makai Lemon, Terry, Ayuk eventually, Conquo.
Mm-hmm.
So then that means running back will be. I mean, and we'll get to that part too, but that's gonna be so scary, dog.
You'll be my only defense.
That's gonna be so scary, bro. Everybody's buying our stock now.
You got Bengals fans saying they're jealous of our offseason.
Yo, they ain't done nothing. All I seen no sign was Ryan Cook.
They ain't signed nobody?
Not really. Yeah, takes one guy. Yeah, I agree. And Radar, we have been saying that in chat, bro. Like I love Tate, but I kind of feel like Tate is kind of like redundant. It's like you got that in Terry, and you can find another Terry next year. But Makai Lemon, like you can move him around in the offense, bro. Caleb, bro, the motion. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing agendas, dog.
I would like a Makai Lemon, man. A Makai Lemon makes sense.
Yeah.
A Makai Lemon makes sense. But it's so tough because Cause damn, bro, I would love a German McCoy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I
I
would
got
love
it, but
that.
I feel like we can get a corner, bro. We can get a corner in later rounds.
You can, bro. What the hell? Hmm. It's it'll work regardless. To be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah. Everybody apologizing to AP. Ain't that crazy?
it is crazy.
Would you take a Denzel, knowing the stuff with, knowing the things with Jordan Tyson? I read all you. I know you in here. You can answer this too. Would you take a Denzel Boston or Jordan Tyson?
This is a Boston Jordan Tyson.
Mm-hmm. And you know the concerns with Jordan Tyson, though, the injuries.
Tyson was still better though.
He is, but you still got to factor in the injury concerns.
Like I said, bro, I would take the risk.
Okay. Okay.
But now I'm about to be a casual to you. When's the last time a Washington receiver produced?
Hmm? Not a point.
That's probably the most casual thing I ever said up here. But I mean,
Not a point.
yeah, I mean, I'll probably take Jacoby Lane over Denzel Boston.
Forgot about him. I forgot about him. Forgot about him. How you like Caden Curry, DT?
Oh, so we did a draft show on edge rushers the other day. I like Caden. I think Caden would be he would be a def guy. He'll be like one of those guys that always give you high effort, play special teams.
Would you rather take him or Harold Perkins?
I'll take Harold Perkins because of the versatility
Mm.
and the coverage ability. But I mean that it's a lot of players and stuff, man. Like
Got a point. It's a lot of players, man.
I was gonna do the slideshow, man. I mean, I think we basically cover everything when we were talking and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I know.
I take another comment. Yeah, he take a Perkins. Yeah, I'm taking Perkins, bro. I think the Perkins just based on the versatility. Oh right. We gotta start getting some people up here.
You should.
We can start getting some people and stuff up here, man. But you got anything to say when we head out for the night?
No, not really. Not really, man. Shout out to AP for getting those guys. They was
Killing guys.
they was trying to cook them.
They was y'all. This fan base so impatient, dog. Like
I was watching the crash outs. I was watching the crash outs happen.
and then now everybody want to switch up, try to monitor who's got to say what they going. Nah, y'all up here criticize. All y'all do is criticize.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, for my news just before we head out tonight, look, go ahead and check out a couple of articles I have done for the Blitz Sports Media. Done some work on that channel. For those that did not know, I'm officially a contributor to the Blitz Sports Media team. I write articles, and eventually I will make my first broadcast appearance. But right now, I'm writing articles on the Commanders. Just finished an article waiting to be approved whatsoever. Another thing as well, tune in tomorrow night for Enters the Lab podcast. We're going to be discussing and recapping the first week of free agency with all 32 NFL teams. So that's going to be interesting. We're going to see what the ways, what the vibes, and how everybody feels about this first week so far. But Caleb, that's all we got tonight, man. I'll go ahead and wrap it up. We'll see you guys another time. See you guys next week.